Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Okay, thank you for joining us this evening. Fraser Park Water Public Utility District meeting for Thursday, September 12th, 2019, and it's 6:10. Let's stand and do the pledge.
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Director Nyman,
Here.
Director Garcia,
Here.
Director Gibson,
Yep.
Director Garcia, no,
Go
we
again?
already did that. Director Schoenberg,
She will be late.
Director Kelling is here. Okay, do we need to adjust the agenda any way? Oh, yes.
Okay, from the Peter Gallery, a question, if you have the capability of shifting things just a little, because I do have to go to the
Okay.
school meeting. Could we do the discussion on Fraser Park Lake of the Woods Consolidation Planning Project? That's,
Oh, 12?
yeah, or something that's, the stuff that's related to that. It's like, I really think we need to bring it, I just
Was
let it
D.
go.
Jasper
I
coming
just
tonight?
need to
I
know
don't
if
think-
D or any of other Lake of the Woods are coming.
How many are coming here? Do we just have to get something signed?
We needed to s-
There's not, we were just gonna look over the letter for Saya
Oh, yeah.
and the contract with the Jasper, but there wasn't much else. Is
Yeah,
that-
everything else is just on there just in case something had come up, so. we
Okay,
can cover
and
two
is there any
topics.
briefing that was gonna take place of your board in regard to status?
No, not as far as that goes. The only update is that we determined from that geophysical study that they did, when they did the lateral, measuring down to bedrock up and down the valley, the best place is to try to drill a test well. So now that we've decided where would be the most feasible, we would like to come back in with another geophysical study to determine outlines of the aquifer. And one of them is down on Saya Ranch. So we wrote a letter that the board has to approve to send today that is asking them permission to go on the property for the day and do another study. That and then one down in Fay Creek up there where there's like 5 houses. So that's all that is. It's just a letter asking them if we could do another geophysical study.
Well, the only thing that brings to mind for me is we showed everybody the first geophysical study, and we did projections that we turned into graphs and things in regards to informing the public what the capacity of the aquifer
Yeah, and
is.
these are all within a close relative distance of where those lines were. But, some of them aren't practical because of things like the park is right there. Can't be close to surface water if the pond comes back. The other thing is there's people that don't want to be part of the annexation down there in the creek bed, and there's like 5 houses, and some of them have their own private wells. Well, they're not gonna more than likely want us to drill another well right on their same property, so we're looking at this eastern end of that group of houses where there's empty lots, and it, wouldn't affect other houses, so.
Are you talking about the Bear Spring place? Or
No,
regarding
no, the one, when you come down Mount Pinos, it's almost where Mount Pinos meets
You get to
Fraser
check
Mount
them
Park Road.
Oh, you
We're
mean
down
the
inside the
creek
creek bed, yeah.
So,
creek,
the bear bus.
So
Got it.
there's one there, but since we're a little bit
So we
off
can
of that
get it
lateral
fast.
line, he wants to come back in and confirm that there's still good water before we spend money on a test well.
Okay, so my last question then is, are we saying there's a good possibility that the projections that were done about the capacity of the aquifer in this basin have changed, and that you're gonna have to update your
No, not at
capacity
all.
projections?
Not at all. The projections are exactly the same. It's just, like I said, if you have a lateral line going right through somebody's house, obviously you're gonna have to go a little bit to the west or the east to find an empty lot. And we just wanna confirm before we spend all that money that is also the same as it is in the original, where the original line goes. Cause they obviously couldn't go east and west up and down the creek bed doing the whole thing, they did it across the creek. Saya Ranch is definitely down by well 5 and Saya Ranch is definitely the best, deepest part of the aquifer.
Okay, so, and Cedar Ranch has their own,
Can we get back on the agenda and then, and
Yeah.
are we gonna move this up? We need to.
There's nothing to move up at this point, that's what the discussion is.
yeah, I withdraw it.
She asked if we could move it up.
You get with me later.
The
Jim.
discussion is, there's nothing to move up until we get something from D.
Well,
So I
Jasper.
withdraw the request,
Okay.
make it easy.
Okay. So, we're not going to, okay. Then, any other comments from, the public? Did you have it? Okay. The report of officers, president, I have none. Vice president?
No.
Nothing.
Secretary.
Secretary's not in, treasurer?
I made the transfer of the $1,000 from Banfield into the proper account. And also, I'm gonna make a transfer of $50,000 to the emergency fund,
Okay,
but I'll do that this week.
okay. And member at large?
None.
Nothing, okay. Board, member, initiatives, anything? Okay, managers report.
Alright, if you look on the manager's report, it shows a negative 35% of water loss. Reason for that is the well 6, the meter stopped working. And then it started and then it stopped again, so I had to order a meter, not the whole meter was, I think, $4,000 or $5,000. I ordered the replacement parts for it, so you can't get an actual measurement on how much water you sold and how much you produced without having the meter working, so. We had 2 meter changes, 175 work orders for the month. 6 lock-offs, but 6 reconnects, so people got turned back on the same day, or right then at that time. The new employee is working out awesomely. He's brought a new, happier work ethic to the crew. I think he's been very positive so far. Obviously, the next meeting, since you guys approved me going to that training, I won't be here at the next board meeting. And our air conditioning died. I got him to come out and do a temporary fix. Turns out that the air conditioning is supposed to last 10 to 15 minutes. Ours is like 25 years old. It all falls underneath the old Freon standards and stuff, so it's just dilapidated. So I got a quote from him. It's roughly $8,200, $8,300. So I'm just giving you advance warning that when the temporary fix stops working, we're gonna have to do something about that.
And can we get maybe 1 or 2 other quotes from?
Well, actually, what I would do is, when it becomes necessary, I'll go to even Costco where they're trying to corral you into talking to them about their air conditioning and stuff. I'm not asking for a new air conditioner now because obviously it's
No, I
working,
understand that, yeah.
but I would definitely shop around
Okay.
to try to get the best quotes on
Did
that.
they give you any idea about how long this fix would last?
They have no idea, but the part that broke is the capacitor, and that went out because, for one, he's surprised it ever worked as long as it did because it was installed wrong. It's installed right next to the building where it doesn't get airflow around all 4 sides. The heater, last few years, it's been temperamental, wanting to die too. So they just keep on doing temporary fixes. He said the capacitor goes out because it's struggling too hard and it's getting too hot. So he said the one big thing about it is it's so energy inefficient right now that it costs a lot more money in electrical and gas to be running it, and the new one would be a lot better. But so when it dies, we'll do something about it. The painter has canceled on us. He said that he got irritated with me. He said he gave me a good price and was willing to drive all this way, but it was his business if he said he'd provide insurance or the bond, but he was not going to provide workman's comp for his employees because that was his business and nobody else's. So he got kind of testy about it. So he's so now we're back to square one. So
Maybe open a window and get some fans in here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Are all contractors obligated to carry
Yes.
workers' comp?
But also,
Yes.
everybody knows that there's plenty of people that go down to Home Depot and get day laborers and stuff to do stuff. So, maybe that was the case, I don't know. But regardless, we're not getting the office painted anytime real soon.
Are more people in here at night, during the day, all walking in and out? Because when the sun's down, I mean, it's not
We're talking about two separate issues.
big, but are we?
I'm on the painting issue,
Ah,
and nothing to do with anything else.
gotcha.
The office has never been painted since it was built.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the AC.
No, that was the prior thing, but, the air conditioning and the heater goes together, and the heater is definitely necessary in the freezing winter, and the air conditioner gets pretty hot without that too, but
Well, I'm glad.
Anyway, that's all I got for my report.
Summer's
Right,
almost
yeah.
over.
and then it's the cold.
Yeah. We can buy jackets for all the employees.
Yeah.
And hats
Okay. Next
and
tick
Cars.
Okay. Anything else?
For,
Well, I know, did anything else from
no, I said I'm done.
Oh, okay. Administrative assistant.
Okay, I put a flyer in your books on the cover from Self-Help Enterprises. I guess they're gonna be doing a series of informational trainings on special districts and just basic accounting knowledge, it looks like. So you can read that, and if you're interested in attending, the information is on there, you just have to register. There's a registration form on the bottom. And you're all allowed to attend, there's no, you don't have to worry about only sending 2 people, since it's a training. Anyone can go that's interested in going.
Okay.
And so,
that's next week.
That's a week from today.
yeah, for that one,
Yes.
So there's no cost?
no. I don't think so.
Okay.
So we're changing over the merchant accounts. We approved for the lower fees. And even though it's still California Bank and Trust and still First Data, they just had to provide new merchant account numbers for the way they keep track of their fees. So the front desk was changed over completely, and it's working. We're able to use the new accounts. The online has not been changed over because we're having issues with the credentials, which it's not a big deal. We're still getting paid. We're still taking online payments, still getting deposits in our account. It just hasn't switched to the new program yet. I'm hoping we'll be able to get that next week as soon as they iron out the communication issues.
The credentials
The
between
credentials.
us and them, or between the bank and them?
It's between First Data and Transaction Warehouse. They provide a series of codes and keys that allow them to communicate and work together. And we're trying to get the new credentials for the new merchant account. And for some reason, it just takes a little bit. They won't give me the credentials because I'm not a developer. So they need to communicate directly. So it's just getting them to communicate and get those numbers over so they can transfer the information. But I'm hoping we'll get that done next week. But it's just more behind the scenes things. It doesn't affect our payments or anything.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Ad hoc committees. Lisa and I both went to the local water meeting company. The CHP came and talked with us, and they weren't even aware that we were even all meeting, and mostly we talked about was how would we get especially like Lake of the Woods people up from Bakersfield, if you guys had an emergency and the freeway was shut down. I mean, if there was a disaster and stuff, and they said it ain't ever gonna happen. No matter what kind of ID you have, no matter what you've got on your truck, no matter anything, nobody's gonna get past the blockade.
Depends on the severity of it, but
Well, if they close down the 5, there's a good reason to close down the 5 and you ain't coming through.
well, I mean, I've talked my way through multiple times in the snow when it was closed, so it still depends on what your reasoning is, but.
So, anyway,
There's a
so
way to sneak around.
there's,
Yeah,
yeah,
Are those two towers empty? The one there and the one in Lonnie over there?
towers of what?
The water towers. Are they empty?
The water tanks?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Okay.
I hope the water tanks aren't empty.
Me neither. I mean,
We're
I could
pumping,
drill a
we're
hole,
pumping
but I
water
don't
all the
think I
time.
want that.
So,
How do you test it? How can you tell? Because if you don't know, I mean, like.
well, she's the board president, I'm the general manager.
Oh.
he's the one who would
And
know.
I run the field and we have water in all of our tanks, so
You're the one
I
I should
appreciate
be
you not
asking?
drilling holes in the
Okay.
tanks. Why would you wonder if there was water in the tanks?
Wasn't this a water board meeting?
No, I mean, no, I'm just saying, is there some reason that you would?
Oh, I'm thinking about the pond. I'm sure there's much other issues we need to tackle, right?
Oh, well, no, I'm glad you're here, I was just,
Thank you.
thought maybe you might know something that I didn't, but,
No.
no, we have 11 tanks and they're all full right now, so
Oh,
we're all
okay.
good.
So the
Yeah.
drought is over?
Huh?
Is the drought over?
For who?
We need more rainfall, snowfall?
We need a lot more snowfall
Okay.
in our general area to fill our aquifers.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I know that the news has said the drought is over. but
Yeah, I'm a bit of
it's-
a dunce, so I mean,
It's not, it's really not over for our area.
Okay.
Do we have the pond on the agenda anywhere?
No.
No.
And,
The best bet is for you to get with me any day, Monday through Thursday, come by here, and if I got time, we can discuss all your questions that way.
Sweet. I'll make
And
a list.
that way there's time, yeah, it would help, or I'll give you a card and you can send me an email and I can answer them via
Okay.
email, and then that way it'll be a little bit easier than trying to cram it all in right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
and as far as, there's not been anything on Sigma and depreciation, nothing on, okay.
No.
Accounts payable?
Okay, first,
All
you
present.
should have the final budget based on, the changes that were made at the last board meeting, that were approved, so I provided that to all of you. Also, the current check run, the total checks were $39,689.65. The balance in the accounts as of August 31, 2019 was $1,629,363.42. Of that, the revenue operating account was $204,083.80. After the check run of today, the balance as of today is $193,829.56. After Brahma transfers to $50,000, it will be $143,829.56. That's the figures. Now there's all the items, the financials have been sent to the auditors. They've received them, and there's some minor things that they're requesting, payroll information, which I'll get from Johnny.
This
The
is
inventory-
2018-2019 audit?
Correct. The inventory list, if that needs to be updated, we need to provide that. And, so that takes care of everything for them. And I will not be here next week. I'm gonna be on vacation. I'm gonna be in England. However, I'm not leaving until the night of August 2nd, so I will have.
October?
October 2nd. So I will have all the financials and everything done before I leave. I will have all the checks for invoices that have come in as of October 2nd. I will have all those cut, and any of the monthly, like the workers' comp insurance payment, which is the same payment every month. The medical insurance, which is the same amount every month. I'll pre-cut those checks, so when the invoices come in, they can attach it to the invoice and mail it out. And then I will be back for the second meeting of the month, and any checks that come in, any invoices that come in during the 2 weeks that I'm gone, I'll have the payments for that one. And that's the end of my report.
Okay. Linda, are you, I saw an invoice in here for D. Jasper. Did you make a copy of that? Because we're, for well 5, that's,
Not yet, but I am going to do that. That came in today,
yeah.
so I didn't have
Okay.
time to do that. But I actually talked to Tiffany to confirm that that would be one covered to possible reimbursement.
Okay. Also, on the checks for the directors, you paid us for an ad hoc, but we only worked an hour and a half. Now, we are going to be doing another meeting this Thursday. So we're gonna write that meeting down, so I'm not gonna ask you to reissue a check. Cause we typically are only getting paid ad hocs for anything over 3 hours of work. And so that one was only for an hour and a half.
Okay.
And so we'll be meeting next week for that. So what I'm gonna do is, on the sheet, is I'm gonna mark it as paid already.
Okay,
I'll mark it
good.
as ad hoc, and I'll mark it as paid with this date.
Okay, so in light of that, what would help me is I looked at the sheet
Yeah,
for August,
right.
and the sheet said it was ad hoc. It was check marked as ad hoc.
Well, yeah, we still check it as ad hoc because it is an ad hoc, but we only should, when it's a total of more than 3 hours or more, should we get paid.
Okay, all right.
So do you put the hours down that you've been there too?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have sign in, sign out.
Oh, okay.
But this is the first time that the time's been in there, so I've always, whenever they said it was ad hoc, they got paid for it, so I wasn't aware of
Yeah.
the 3 hour rule. I'm aware of, you can't
Yeah, I
have
mean,
more
we
than so many per month.
there really isn't a rule. We've never established a rule saying you have to work, but we typically just, at 3 hours
Okay,
of work, then we say, okay, we get paid for an hour.
okay, that sounds good, so,
Okay.
all right.
Anything else?
What you guys
Number
working
9.
on Thursday?
That's we did the kickoff meeting for the Lake of the Woods planning, and we have another one with,
Once a month.
So what it is once a month, the week before the Thursday annexation meeting, there's
So
gonna
the
be a
third
phone
Thursday.
conference with the state and the engineers and everybody, so we're hoping that it's gonna be similar to you guys doing the minutes.
he's
Have the
kind
ad hoc
of
go
doing
over a lot of the
pre-work.
stuff, get it all ready, so we can maybe move it along faster and more efficiently. So that'll work good.
Okay, and I don't think I had anything else. I'll make a motion that we pay our bills.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
401. Okay. Discussion, and vote to dissolve the budget ad hoc, committee.
Yeah, since we've already passed the
Yeah,
budget.
so you guys need to make a
I move that we dissolve the budget ad hoc committee in light of the fact that we've already reviewed it and passed it.
And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
abstain, because I was on
02.
the ad hoc committee.
Yes. Okay, 10.
Up,
Just a question, the budget that you folks have finished, that's on the website, right?
It's about to be, I
Yeah.
just got it today, so I'll put it on the website.
Okay, all right. I'll report it as such.
Okay. Office renovation,
You have to announce the brief recess thing first.
oh,
and so-
a brief recess. Anybody want a brief recess?
no, I don't think we should go yet.
Okay. Unfinished business, discussion and vote on office renovation.
No, I recovered the painting thing.
Yeah. Okay. And the outlets, flooring, all of that, it's all just,
Part of the same.
okay. Discussion and vote on USD well, grant loan application.
So the only update, I emailed,
Dave?
Dave, I asked if he had any updates. He said the PER was prepared. Irwin might be able to pay for the PER as discussed last meeting. No, PER was being prepared, if I read that wrong. The district needed that done, so they authorized moving forward with it on the hope that Irwin funds could pay for it. Design is being paid with Irwin funds and should not be started. We need a completed PER so we can do the USDA application based on the construction numbers in the report. That's all we've done. So not ready yet? Still need the PER done.
Okay, could you follow up with, Lee and see when he's gonna have the, PER completed?
Sounds to me from that email though, is Dave's wanting to get Earwimp ready to pay, right?
Well, he said it might be able to be paid, but
What do you want us not to do?
But we have to have the PER done in order to get the loan
The
application.
email I read,
in.
it said do not
the
do something.
design, the
Yeah,
design.
do not do the design yet, which is the, well, I guess it's PER first and then you do
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
design, so. Yeah,
And
of
I'm
course.
Yes,
concerned that, D is not keeping to his 2-week, projected completion.
Yeah,
This is going on a month now.
yeah,
yes, that was my concern
Anyone-
all along.
cause that's
In
what's
contact
holding up
with
the
him
that's what's holding up the, submitting the application.
No, and the reason why I'm not following up continually with him on that stuff is because Dave is. There's no
Just a
reason.
general question, he was,
Yeah.
real quick to throw it out, well, within 2 weeks, and
Oh, I'll
given the date, you give us a go-ahead, within 2 weeks, we'll be completed.
Yeah, I'll definitely ask him now.
It's over a month already, it was the last regular meeting that he,
And I believe
Had
Dave
committed
just
to
asked
that.
him again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let's
so,
see.
I'd like to press, someone contacting him
well,
during
that
regular
was,
work hours,
I-
and find out what his projected, delivery date is.
well, yeah, cause we
Yes.
can't put in the application until.
Without that.
Without that, so.
Absolutely,
um,
so we're gonna carry that over to the next
Yes. we should
meeting or
carry-
next regular meeting?
Yeah, we should carry it over to the next regular meeting.
the second meeting.
Well, we should have it on the second meeting anyways.
Yeah, we should.
So we can discuss anything that comes up. And it definitely should be, hopefully, he should
In
be.
a month from now,
he-
yeah.
Well, in 2 weeks from now, we have another meeting, so he
Yeah.
should have that completed so that Dave can have that application entered, so.
I'm gonna,
That's the expectation anyways.
Yes, Linda,
I'm gonna be at the next meeting, it's the meeting after that.
correct. I got that, I got that, yeah,
I just
that's why when
realized
you
I
said
said
August,
next
I was like, no, October, okay, you're gone into October,
How long are you going to England for?
2 weeks. she said.
18 days.
Oh, nice.
Fun.
It's the first time that I've had a big vacation like this.
Okay,
That's awesome.
okay, now we're on to 12,
Tell the queen I said hi.
discussion and vote on the FPLOW consolidation planning project. The planning project contract with D. Jasper and Associates.
That's, you gotta look at.
That's on the,
Yeah. That's the one that you gave, did he give us a new one?
no,
Okay,
this
it's
is the
still the-
pre-planning one, and then,
It's still the same one that we have from 2015, right?
yeah, and you guys were gonna look it over to see if there's anything that needed to be changed or updated.
Are we going line by line, or are we, or how are we doing this?
Unless you
Well, the other one says,
Well, most of this is.
under A, it says Fraser Park Regional Water Supply. Is this still regional water supply?
No,
I was emailing D. What topic, which one? are we
12.
We're on 12A.
The contract itself.
on? And what was the question about the contract?
It says, that is
Fraser-
services for the following project. Fraser Water Regional Water Project. Is it still gonna be called that?
Yeah,
With
I-
the new contract as well?
yeah, I mean, nobody's changed it, it's still the
Well, I
same-
didn't know, that's why I'm
Same
asking.
thing, yeah. No, it should be the same.
Okay.
They call it the Fraser Park Regional Water Study.
Oh, study, yeah. So I guess is it still a study?
Oh, he's done the study, now it's.
The study
now
is
we're in-
one thing,
yeah,
the
now we're in
project is the
now we're
whole
in the planning
compilation
phase.
of all the parts.
Okay, yeah, but
I
so
was just-
we would have to change it in the contract, is what I'm
Contract would
saying.
have to be changed.
I'm not reading the contract.
Under, see where it says A?
12.
It should just be regional water project,
Okay, so the study should be project.
yeah. I think what it is, that's the same exact contract that we had prior, we're just.
It is.
they
Well, that's what I'm
changed
saying, and we were going off of that to know what we have to change.
it.
Because we
I
have to,
understand what you're saying.
we
It's
have
all
to tell
boilerplate,
D what to,
basically.
Yeah.
we have to tell D what to change.
No, I get it. I'm just doing my first directive from the board.
The only thing is we don't have the attached on the contract as far as, because under B it says he performed engineering service described in attached spreadsheet.
Oh, yeah, because he didn't sign it. So that doesn't even apply to it.
Well, I mean, it does apply because we're signing a contract.
He needs to forward us a current contract. This is
Yeah,
This is
all-
4 years old,
Yeah,
and we need a new affidavit.
Yeah.
well, I agree.
Then why are we wasting our time
Lisa,
cleaning this
Lisa was
thing
saying,
up?
oh, no, let's just take this one and let's change it, and it's like, so we were all to take this home and read it, and then figure out what it was that needed to be changed.
The thought was that it was still gonna be valid for the whole project, I think is what it was.
Well, he's gotta
But
change,
he needs to change the heading and the dates,
yeah, the basic stuff.
yeah.
The rest of it's boilerplate, so.
My only concern is we don't have what his services are and what his billing rates are.
Right.
And that.
That's what I mean. We
I'm
need to
sure
get
it's-
that from
It's
him.
the same, but he didn't send that with the contract.
With the
Because it says here,
The
it says here in number B, consultant agrees to perform the following scope of services for which the client agrees to provide compensation as follows. Engineering service described in the attached spreadsheet. There is no attached spreadsheet.
So we
Same
need to have
thing.
him update all 4 of those items, A through D.
Yeah,
Can you reach out to him?
I'll do that.
The rest of it is just boilerplate.
Because the rest of this is all boilerplate.
so we'll table that.
And
Yeah,
this
with
is-
a call to D. Jasper to have us
And,
a
but this
current
is something we need, this is something we need for the.
second meeting this month.
I'll have it ready.
Yeah, we have to have it ready because the thing is this is for also putting in for our loan.
Yeah.
We have to have the contract in order to get paid.
I mean, we need it for so many things.
Okay.
So,
We'll get that.
yeah, D is just really
Lagging.
lagging, yes. So, okay,
If you update the contract, will you need new signatures?
yes,
Yes.
That's what we're doing right now is
because,
getting
We can sign it,
Sign it
but
off.
we're not gonna sign it without the changes.
Well, we just need to see everything. I'm not gonna sign something I'm not gonna sign
Sign
the
that
fee
you see in the
schedule,
attached.
without, knowing what we're paying and also what he's providing, which,
Okay, B?
okay. Test well, license agreement,
D has, or I'm not sure if it was in Alan's hands or D's hands, but it has not, I haven't received an updated license agreement.
okay.
I do know, well, it'll be on the next one, but
Okay.
they're trying to do it step by step. They're trying to get permission from SAIA to do the geophysical study before we move on to the next step of entering into an agreement for a site that we may or may not want. So,
Okay. But that's all Dave and D, or,
no, it's D and Alan Dowd, our attorney.
okay,
Well, it's really, at this point, they already did the next item, C, the letter, you guys have to peruse that because that's been done. But you guys have to say that we could send it to try to get permission.
well, I don't have the potential letter?
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
behind
okay.
the contract.
Behind it. What that's happened.
Now that letter was gone over by, Dee came up with it, Lisa made suggestions on it. Alan Dowd went through and redlined everything and made the legal changes and stuff. Tiffany went on and took all the red lines out and put it into clean format. The only thing I'm not clear on is since the example was D signing it, I don't know if he's gonna put it on his letterhead or if it's gonna stay on our letterhead, so, it's the content that you guys are gonna approve.
I think it's good. Because the main thing here, it says, if the location is favorable for municipal well, then the district would enter into further discussions with SIA regarding acquisition of appropriate access and property rights for eventual construction of a municipal well.
Yeah, we wanna use this same letter for the other 2 properties that we are interested in. But with this, just the name change to private is going.
Yeah, no, I think it's good, because because we changed that part where it's not
Yeah.
about a lien, it's about being able to acquire the property.
Cool.
You wanna make a motion on that one? Approving the verbiage?
Well, we've got Lisa's right here. Hi, Lisa. We're looking at the letter for SEA in tab 12. And I was saying that on the second page, you can go ahead and read the whole letter, but
I read the letter, I wrote something to Johnny, I haven't read this version of it, but okay, they changed it, so that's good. I had an issue because it just said that we were gonna do an easement, but that's not there
right,
anymore.
they changed that one part,
Yeah.
so, about property rights,
Yeah,
so.
let me just read it again real quickly. It still says Krista. Is that correct? I don't think that's correct.
Did Krista sell water?
Krista wasn't selling them water, Lebec was.
That's what I thought, I don't know.
Okay, so you could
I
do
changed that, but I don't think you sent that to them.
all of your recommendations we sent, whether it got changed or not. We didn't change anything when we sent them your recommendations.
Oh, I also where it says.
But Tiffany can clean that up because she's the one that put this in this format right here, so she'll fix that part.
Oh,
I had questions on it, but I don't think it was. Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve the,
I have one question before you make the motion.
okay?
Is this going with the other letter from D, because that was full of typos?
The only letter that's going to
Is this.
Saya and the other two property owners is that letter.
So not the licensing agreement or anything like that?
The licensing agreement is gonna be if we determine
Okay,
through the
perfect.
geophysical study, then we
Okay.
go into further.
Okay,
Okay, why would you send this to the other two property owners if they're not owned by SIA?
Obviously.
You're gonna change the
No,
name.
don't change it. He's just saying that he wants to use the same
I said that
letter.
earlier too. Obviously, when I mentioned you guys are approving this for everybody, that we would change the name
Okay,
and send it. It's the content that you're approving.
okay.
go ahead, sorry, Norma.
I make a motion that we approve this, the letter for Saya for the property rights.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
500. Welcome, Lisa.
Can you, after you make the change, send that to D and find out if he wants it on our letterhead or his letterhead?
Mhm.
Cool.
Can I have a question? Did you approve or do anything on it before I got here on this?
On the contract?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
because there needs a lot of changes.
Well, basically, the
New one.
contract's boilerplate, but
What's
what's not there,
problems.
it's not complete because he
Okay.
didn't provide a
Yes.
list of the scope of work and what his rates
Yeah,
are.
I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Okay. He also D hasn't provided us with the PER, so. Okay, discussion and vote on information sharing with Tahong Castaic Water District. Did we get something from them?
Nothing's changed, but it's been carrying over. Let me know if you want it to drop on.
They moved forward with that, meeting without us giving them any information, so I think for the moment, it can drop off until we need it again. Because that was in regard to the meeting that Director Kelling went to, that was the, until we go to another,
CEQA meeting.
no, not
Not,
CEQA,
what is it?
my brain's really
Sigma.
tired right now, yeah, so
SIGMA meeting.
until which time we need to provide information again. I still wanna get information from them, so I would like that maybe to replace it on the agenda, which is, or from someone, I want the information on Cuddy Creek, the measurements for Cuddy Creek, but I'm not sure how to go about getting that just yet. They were supposed to provide whatever they were getting, but they didn't.
I got their name and number, so maybe I can follow
The
up on that.
consulting company?
Yeah, I can try to do that. Okay, discussion and vote on main line extension on Kiwanis Trail.
Yeah, they've, sent a good enough, drawing, to where I had told them that, as far as I was concerned, contingent upon board approval, that, that was a good enough drawing as long as, Santana's doing the work. Santana's done a bunch of work for us. I trust them, so I said, you guys need to get your bonds and everything in order and present it all at once to the board so they could vote on it. But in the meantime, I went out and I investigated thoroughly, and I'm not entirely convinced that my directive to pothole sufficiently across that road is proven that there is not a pipe in the road. It looks like it was stopped at a gas line, and there's still 4 more feet, so. I asked Santana to have Santiago, who's gonna end up doing the work, to go ahead and pothole himself right next to East End, so when he does that, we will discover what is or is not in the hole, and, then we will proceed from that point, so that's the update.
Third signature.
Okay.
So that's why we don't have the sheet for that.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna present it until,
Carry that over then?
yeah, that's just
To
the update
to
for
the next meeting or the next
next
regular?
regular meeting.
Okay, the next regular meeting, okay. New business. Discussion and vote on continuing with previously approved rate increases scheduled for January 2020.
And I put the schedule in tab 15.
I thought that looked familiar. So the base rate would be $73.21, and then we would be paying $3.46 per 100 gallons, for 1,000 gallons.
No, for 748 gallons.
No, for 1,000 gallons.
For 1,000 gallons, it
It says
says,
right there.
Oh,
right, for 1,000 gallons.
You're thinking cubic feet, the conversion, but
well, 100 cubic feet is 748, yeah.
yeah.
748.
But they broke it down to simplify it when they
Oh.
did the chart to
Oh.
show per 1,000 gallons
Oh, okay.
what it's gonna cost.
Because we were doing it in gallons we changed it over to gallons, but now we changed it back. Because
And it's
people
easier-
couldn't understand
It's
it.
easier for people to understand gallons, but now it turns out it's easier for cubic feet.
What? I still know.
We changed the meter readings,
So-
we changed it where everything was referred to in
In
gallons
gallons, right.
because it was prior cubic feet. Our
Right.
meters read in cubic feet, but we tried doing the conversion to everything in gallons. We decided and we changed back to where we took it back out of gallons and we're still, now we're putting it back in cubic feet.
Oh, even the building?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
been cubic
Everything.
feet.
Yeah.
Director Schomer.
I'd actually like to, on this rate schedule, I'd like to put it back out to us and reapprove it. I mean, this is completely separate from whether we vote for the rate increase, but I would like it to say either cubic feet and then in parentheses 1,000 gallons, or the opposite, 1,000 gallons and then in parentheses cubic feet, so that there isn't that confusion.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like,
So I'm gonna move that we do that, if I get a second.
You want the letter, the chart to say that?
We would need to vote on this chart again, because I'm asking that we fix that. So I'm moving that as a motion if someone wants to second it.
It doesn't have any negative to it, right?
no,
Well,
Nope,
it's not on the agenda, can we vote on it?
It's like 134 cubic feet.
we're voting on the rate schedule, aren't we?
Oh,
yeah,
Well, I'll second it.
Okay,
All in
thank you.
favor?
aye.
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 So we'll do that conversion and then give it to you.
So secondarily, we need to do the other part of it. Or first, that's the main part.
That's all I was getting at.
I just moved ahead.
Backwards. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make a motion that we continue with our projected increases for 2020 to stay on our Prop 218 rate increase schedule that we did the study for.
Do I hear a second?
I'm thinking that we should push this off a year.
Do,
You can't push it off a year.
Yeah, you can.
I thought you would either stick with it or you don't stick with it.
You can push it off, it's.
We've already got another
As
step
long
for
as long as you're
2021.
as long as you're not changing it, you're not changing it by delaying it.
Well, what was voted on and approved in the law was these years here, so you'd have to check, but
We already approved this whole
We're
thing.
re-approving it right now, so it doesn't matter that we already approved it, where it's up for a vote again.
Okay,
We do it every year.
I just made a
So-
motion. No second?
I'm not seconding it.
I can't, wouldn't, so.
well, if you can't, you shouldn't say that. That's kind of stacking the deck. You know what I mean?
No.
Never mind what you would or wouldn't do.
Well,
Let's
by
see
being
what you're gonna
president, I
do.
can't second it.
Okay, leave it, we all know that.
Okay.
You're stating the
Well,
obvious.
My feeling on this is that we're gonna have to do a new Prop 218 when we finish the annexation to see where our rates are gonna be.
And how long? do you
Well,
think
we don't
that's
know
gonna
when
be?
that is.
3,
We've
4,
already got an
5 years?
established program that we spent big money to generate
Actually,
that was going to allow us to operate with all the different funds and safety measures in order to keep us solvent. So if we don't move forward with the established rates and increases, we're shooting ourselves in the foot by not following through a program that we, like I said, paid professionals to come in and do for us to get this on track after the many, many years of not having any increases. And not enough increases meant that the maintenance of the system was not kept up. And so therefore we found ourselves in a hole 4 years ago, 3 years ago, several years ago, that we've been trying to catch up with over the term of this Prop 218 scheduling. And that's why I'm bringing it up like that.
Maybe I will second it.
I have one more thing to comment on it. If we have enough money to where we don't need to do this, but we don't have enough money, in a lot of people's opinion, to paint the office or do maintenance that needs to be done, how can we say we have enough money, we don't need to do the increase? Because we gotta be able to do our regular maintenance on stuff without it being such a catastrophic
An emergency.
problem. Oh my God, that's too much money. So we either have the money or we don't. If we don't have the money to do the maintenance and stuff we need, then we need to go ahead and continue with this. If we do have enough money.
Well, we've not said that we haven't had enough maintenance. We haven't denied any maintenance or
Wait,
anything.
I'm talking to one specific person right now. I said some people had an issue with the money, and she's the one that said she can't vote, but she would vote against it. So I thought I would explain to her why I'm bringing it up. It's one or the other, so.
Oh, I can tell you, I work for a family of 6 down in Santa Clarita. Their water bill is cheaper than mine.
That's because they have so
They have
many
a
more
brand new
people they're
system.
serving.
They got a lot
I got
of money.
relatives in Weed, California. They pay $30 a month.
Move
In
the
water.
weed.
Okay. Just so you know,
Call the vote.
I realize that you, realize
So,
you
I'm
know,
just saying-
let me, I know that you think you
Okay.
know.
I'm calling the vote. You have to stop all discussion.
Okay,
So then we need to vote on
we
it.
need to vote.
Vote
Okay,
on calling the vote.
It's a vote on calling the vote.
okay,
She's
vote on, okay, I don't know.
If you want
Let's-
to
let's
continue
vote.
All those in
discussion.
favor, come on, President,
All in favor of
Aye.
calling the vote?
Aye.
Aye.
Of calling
Aye.
the vote, aye.
Aye, okay,
No.
aye,
Of calling
No.
the vote. You don't want to, you want to
Oh,
continue discussion?
Aye.
okay.
So is that
5-0-0, motion carried,
who is
okay.
it?
Now,
Who's
you-
I'm
secondary?
calling,
Calling
I'm
the vote?
calling the vote, right?
there
So
wasn't
now-
a seconder.
No, she
There
did
was,
second
she
it.
seconded it.
No,
I'm
she
calling-
seconded the original motion.
Yeah, not
Right.
this one.
I called the vote.
You want a the second one?
Okay,
Who was the seconder on the motion to call the vote?
we didn't have a second.
I second it. To call the vote.
Okay.
Okay.
So then the vote got called. So now we vote.
Now we'll vote,
It ends the discussion
okay?
until we have another motion.
Okay, let's take the vote on the rate increase. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Opposed?
No, opposed.
Okay, give me a minute
Okay.
to write it down, cause I'll have to
Three.
do the roll call.
2,
3. It's 5 of us, 2,
yeah,
3.
2-0-3, or, right?
No, 2, 3, 0.
Oh, 2-3-0, okay.
So now we can have
Motion.
another motion and discussion, but not on the previous motion.
Or would there be another motion about?
Well, maybe we want to do something else. We need to make a motion on what we do want to do.
I want to make a motion that we delay the rate increase till next year, till January of next year.
I would advise checking with the legal on whether or not you could stop it for a year. So that's all. I'm not disagreeing on anything. I'm just saying if you halt it for a year, can you just automatically implement it again?
Okay, can you make that clear and say how it's going to work and add the attorney?
We have to check with legal, right?
Okay. I would like to make a
And
motion.
I would like to call the
Okay.
attorney with you.
Okay.
Why, you think I'm gonna lie to you?
No, I don't think you're gonna lie to me. I just wanna put it out there so that it's not like, because they
There's two
work
sets of ears
here
here.
and they may not understand and they may just say we can't
Well,
move.
why don't you
Forward with it.
email Alan Dowd and include me in, and you'll explain it to him. I don't care who does it.
Well, I wanted to talk to him on the phone.
Okay, well,
But I'm sorry, I'm stopping your motion. I'm doing a friendly amendment that you more clearly specify how that's going about. Like if you're putting a freeze on it, then it goes back to the actual 2020 fees in 2021.
I would like to make a motion that we delay the current rate increase for 2020 for a year, and in a year, that increase will be for the 2020 rate increases. That was originally for the 2020 rate increases. And we will check with the attorney to ensure that that's proper within the law.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
3, 2, 0.
Well,
I
Jerry
haven't
didn't
voted
vote.
yet.
I'm
I
sorry.
abstain.
Okay, 3, 2, 3, 1, 1.
Can you give me a second to write all this down? New
I
territory.
didn't know if I could abstain.
And you need to list the abstention.
I know, that's why I'm gonna slow down 1 second, because I have to write all this down. Aye. Nine. Aye. You were a,
Aye.
I said no, but I wanted to abstain. Is it too late to do that?
No.
No.
Go.
I will
Okay.
abstain.
you're, okay. Gibson, abstain, and Director Garcia.
Abstain.
I may write it all down correctly.
So it's not really a clear conscience of the board, but it passes.
It is, isn't it? Okay, 302.
I think it's good board at work, you know?
Okay. 16. Discussion and vote on cross-connection control plan.
all right. Several years ago, it was discussed that at some point I may do the cross-connection control special certification after I did my backflow certification. I have rethought that. The guy who did all the Kern County stuff that ran the program, he's retiring from the county. When he retires, he started his own company, doing the same exact thing, so with fewer customers, so he doesn't have to work so hard, but he still can provide the same service. The county was charging us $1,900 per year to do all of the stuff, send the letters, track everything, all that stuff. He's gonna do it for $1,800 a year, billed quarterly. So he's doing it for less, he's still gonna do all the stuff, it takes the liability off of us. When I researched it, it would cost a couple $1,000s to get me certified, plus the CEUs and every 3-year certification and all that stuff, so. Plus it takes, I know you will for it, but plus the last thing is it takes the liability away from us, so.
Director Schoenberg.
I move that we hire this gentleman who's left the county. His name is
David Wasserman.
David Wasserman, to do our cross-connection control program, in lieu of Johnny doing it currently.
I second that.
I have a question. What is
For a price of $1,800.
What is cross
connection?
Yeah, we went over it
control?
last time. It is the
Oh,
installation.
That's the backflow thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Different name, same thing.
That's what I was like.
Right.
Okay.
You seconded it?
Yeah, I second.
Okay, so I just want to speak to it real quickly. I think that Johnny's absolutely correct. I think it's good to not have the liability issue with the backflow stuff because it just creates like one more I don't know, kind of separates us, and his price is less expensive than what we were already paying, so I think it's a win-win situation for now. And if we want to change it later, that's fine, but.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 500, motion carried. Okay, we need to, vote. Discussion and vote on participating in the community trunk or treat.
As long as I get free candy.
Well, since you're probably gonna volunteer to pass it out to the kids, you can probably eat as much as you wanted.
No, I'm not.
I thought
Not
I'd
big
bring it up.
wages.
I
Not
thought
big
I'd bring it
wages.
up early enough to
Thank
where
you.
if somebody wanted to take care of that, vote for that, you could do that. Or if not, some other way work it. But it's still and long enough away to where do we want to do trunk or treat again like we did last year?
Is that the elementary school, or where is that held?
Last year is right here at the library,
The library.
and
Oh.
everybody backs in, and we, Tiffany and Cassandra and Heather decorated the truck and passed out candy.
And all volunteered their time, right?
Heather volunteered her time. I don't remember if I paid you guys or not.
Honestly, I can't
I don't
remember.
remember. So I don't know if anybody's gonna volunteer or not, but I'm just wondering if you guys are interested in doing it.
Yeah, it's not a big
Director
expense,
Sherman.
is it?
What are the hours?
I think last year was like 6 to 8 or 9, but it ended
It's like,
early.
it's still pretty light out, it's not dark.
Yeah, it ended early. It
It's
didn't
like
take.
2 to 4.
Oh, that's what it was. It didn't
Was
take.
it was
didn't-
in working hours?
No.
Normal working
It
hours?
was on a Saturday
I
or
think
something.
they always do it on a Saturday.
On Saturday?
I know it's right after the library closes,
Right.
because they do some activities before the library, and then they close the library and they do the trunk or treat in the
So it's short term, and you buy a couple bags of candy from Dollar General, and we still have stickers from Fiesta Days and wristbands and stuff, so we can pass out that kind of stuff for no more money.
How many cars?
Can you hand this to
Uh,
me?
Ours would only be one.
Yeah, we take one company truck, and then other people bring their vehicles, and then it's in lieu of like in the city going trick or treating door to door.
You talked about bags of candy, so I mean, how many trunks? That's not important.
We're actually talking about possible
12
overtime
trunks.
hours for 2 employees or more. So
Okay.
that's where
Alright.
I'm asking questions. So it just depends on how many people we're talking about and how long and.
Yeah, it's
And
on.
if the board wants to, if anybody from the board wants to volunteer, so we don't pay as much.
I don't even know if they're doing, I haven't heard from the library, so I
And
don't know.
it may, whoever volunteers may end up doing the whole thing. It depends on if other people are available. I have not discussed it with any employees about whether or not they want to volunteer.
I don't think that they were paid last year. I think it was voluntary, wasn't it? Like you and Heather
I
and.
don't know. Well, my time is always volunteered because I'm on
Right,
salary,
yeah.
so it don't cost nothing to have me do stuff.
So it would probably be the 26th, that's the Saturday before.
And it depends on if I have something going on. I have not checked, since I don't know the date.
Because
I can't commit to it because I've
then
got
maybe we
way too
should
much
skip it.
going on.
Okay.
I don't think we should skip it necessarily. I think it's nice to have the water company do stuff. I just think we need to limit the cost.
It's a safety issue, right? I mean, like, it's why you have trunk or treats so the kids aren't wandering.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
neighborhood.
but it's good PR for
But
the
for us, it's a
water
fiscal
company
issue.
as long
It's
as
a-
we're
it's a
not
money
spending
issue.
a bunch of money.
I can stand and hand out candy, that's not a problem. Dressing up and decorating something, that's another whole issue,
I'll
so.
dress up.
I say that if I'm not available, then we just pass it up this year.
I'm not available, otherwise I volunteer.
It simplifies things, and we don't really know ahead of time. So I have a lot of stuff going on with the kids and sports and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if I'm available or not. I'm on the board for soccer too, so I don't know what's going on. So we'll just pass it up this year and focus on Fiesta Days.
Okay.
Okay. Review and approve the minutes, meeting minutes for August 8th,
Thank you.
2019.
Sorry, I didn't have time to read them.
I will make a motion that we approve the minutes for August 8th, 2019, with the possibility for additional amendments for typos or other errors that we may not have caught or that may need to be corrected. I did get through that one, so.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carried 500. Approve the meeting minutes for August 22nd, 2019.
You're gonna have to read it.
I see a typo on 5. The total disbursements was, the total disbursements were, or total disbursement was. Right?
Yeah, just eliminate the S.
I have a quick question just based on this because I forgot. I know can we go back right now for a second to the manager's report? Because I just have a question if we're doing the cross connection fees based on what it says here, because I'd forgotten it until the end of the year, and then hiring this person, because we voted, which I forgot about, to extend the agreement till the end of the year with the county.
That, he's not
I
gonna be,
guess-
he's not gonna
take
be,
over
he's
until
not gonna
after
be
they
ready
can.
until the end of the year,
Okay,
so.
perfect. We didn't exactly do that
Yeah.
correctly, but
Yeah.
sorry about that.
And only some people got that extension. We're one of them that got the extension.
On E, licensing, is that spelled wrong?
6E.
I looked at it several times.
Okay, that's right.
It's one of those British versus American.
I think we should
So
put an S in
I
it.
put the American.
That's the American?
What
I-
number are you on?
I don't even find 6.
Page
On page
3E.
three, yeah.
Page 3, 6E.
Six.
Oh, because we adjusted it, okay.
CEN.
Isn't it usually L-I-S?
Oh, one's gotta be an S in there.
Yeah, put an S in there.
It's LICENSING.
Thank you.
Instead of the C.
Unless the agenda read C at which point it matches the agenda.
Okay, whatever.
Now
We-
we're really
we-
being difficult.
We missed it on the agenda, huh?
Okay, I don't care. I just pointing it out. I don't know nothing.
We're getting to the point of splitting hairs though about
I know.
these minutes because they're just really good, Tiffany.
So I make a motion that we approve the Thursday, August 22nd, 2019 minutes with the possibility of any typos or errors that is found later.
And the one mentioned.
and the one mentioned.
I'll second
Would you like me
that.
to convert it to the standard?
No, the one we mentioned before,
No, I mean.
Was it work?
His motion. Do you want your motion to match the standard wording, or do you want it?
I'd like it to match the
Okay.
standard wording.
standard wording.
Got it.
We don't have any right to be loopy, okay?
Is there a second?
Yeah, I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
500. Discussion or vote on any future agenda items? Other than the ones that we carried over and dropped and all that stuff? Nothing?
I think you could, if you wanna discuss put the
Rate increase?
rate increase on there. And we'll-
To go over like the results of.
just to
talking
go
you
over the
guys.
results of whatever the, lawyer says.
You want it to carry over as a
Yeah,
discussion?
carry it,
vote?
yeah,
Like a discussion
Yes.
vote?
carry it over as a discussion vote.
Okay.
Do we need an ad hoc if you two are gonna both talk to the attorney?
We're already on ad
Well, we'll,
hoc for that because we were part, did we dissolve that ad hoc?
we
The
dissolved the
budget.
budget.
No, but that wasn't the
That's the
budget.
budget, no.
Did we dissolve because that's part of that same ad hoc where we're looking at the,
I believe that's the first time I've ever heard you dissolve an ad hoc. I don't think you dissolved the one that you guys formed. to-
no, we dissolved the budget, but that's the only one I know that we've
Well,
dissolved.
that's what I'm saying, that's the only one, none other.
The other one is also part of the ad hoc that we're still on to go over because that has to do with the rate increase also.
The
To go
depreciation?
over our depreciation and our assets,
Okay.
yes.
So
I
we
was
don't,
just wanting to make
So I
sure.
believe we can tag it onto that because it's part of the same thing.
Okay.
Because that list of depreciation assets is what we use to determine the Prop 218 along with the guy that what's his name, anyway, John,
yeah, John Vandenberg.
that the state sent us, so, and I had the reason that I'm voting to hold off on it is I still have some issues with the way that was done based on the fact that I don't think we had an accurate enough list of our assets. Because of the way the auditor does it, they don't count it the same way we do.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
yes, add it to the agenda.
Just add it to the agenda.
The reading.
Yeah. And when did you want to come in to call the lawyer?
I don't know, I need to look at it.
Do I hear motion to adjourn?
I motion that we adjourn.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried 500 and it's 7:23.
Good work.
Did we